Good day, folks. Jimmy here, reminding you to stay tuned at the end of the show to listen to a promo from our friends at Weal or Woe. This Pathfinder podcast was one of the first shows I listened to when starting out on my actual play journey. They have a ton of episodes to keep even the most ardent podcast fan occupied. Go check them out today. Now, on with the show. Brits on Bikes fans, and welcome to episode 4 of season 2 of Brits on Bikes. My name is Jimmy Sprinkles, and with me this evening is Sean.
Hello.
And Eve.
Heya.
Okay, so it's time to do some investigating. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
At the start of last session, Dee was herded into the head teacher's office and came head to head with Inspector Hawtrey, who has basically warned them not to start investigating.
What a turd.
While this is going on, Alex has gone back to class and learns that the girl he was supposed to meet is the daughter of a prominent factory owner, Mr. Patrick Plimpton. And it seems that Alex feels that everybody thinks that he may have killed Jess.
Murder silence.
Because there are lots of murder silences going on. Eventually the two of you meet up and Dee takes you over to the last post where you go into the headquarters for the Brits on Bikes and meet Toes.
I am viciously assaulted
dog.
by a pile of socks that are the shape of a dog. Not my idea of a good Friday night, honestly, but here we are.
After a rather casual investigating session, you managed to uncover a picture of a mythical folklore creature known as Black Anis. You don't know whether this is the creature that's been taking the children. However, based on the dreams that Dee has been having, you think this might be the creature that you're after. So you decide to head off to the library. As you get there, you just go past the town hall and you find a load of people out there moaning and complaining because it turns out that somebody else has gone missing. The mayor is trying to placate people. Inspector Hawtrey is also there, so you decide to sneak off to the library, only to discover that it is closed. Hawtrey comes along and tells you to clear off, and that is where we left you. So, we are going to pick things up the following morning, unless there is anything you'd like to tell us that you did off camera.
Not that I can think of.
I can't think of anything either.
Okay, cool. In which case, we're going to start in the early morning of Saturday. Alex, can you make a grit roll for me, please?
I am once again trusting in the heart of Roll20 this evening. So I'm going to roll on there, I'm afraid. Oh, 7. There we go. That's not too bad.
Alex, you are dreaming.
No, I don't want to do one of your dream sequences. I don't want this. This is a bad thing. I'm scared now.
You find yourself you're in something of a void. It's just a big black swirling mass. You're not there really in person. It's just more of your consciousness. You're aware of being there, but there's no body of Alex per se. You're just like a kind of almost omnipotent observer.
Okay.
And you see like all these kind of clouds just kind of swirling around, and from the center of this void you see the image of a 7-pointed star begin to form, and the star spins, and it spins round and around and around, and as it spins the void itself begins to flicker.
Okay.
And as it flickers, you see a landscape come out in front of you. You see an assortment of different and rather unusual buildings appeering, and it kind of feels a little bit like a silent movie.
It feels like what happens when I close my eyes when I'm listening to Led Zeppelin.
Oh no, I've got Spinal Tap flashbacks going on now. Yeah, so you can see this. There's a castle at one point. You can see a very old, very ancient woodland area, and you can see groups of houses, all very, very different in style. These images are coming in colour, but like I say, they're flickering on and off, on and off, on and off. The star gets faster and faster and faster, and then suddenly it just explodes outward. And at that point, you wake up.
Wow. What time is it? I assume it's morning.
Yep, it's morning. Your alarm is going off. It's
On a Saturday? Did I forget to? I guess in the myriad of confusing things that have happened so far this week, I did forget to turn off my alarm in the morning.
Indeed, you did.
So I get up out of bed, go brush my teeth, and then I head downstairs.
Okay, as you get halfway down the stairs, you notice, I mean, it's right in front of you, just by the front door. You can see a suitcase.
A suitcase?
Yeah, you know who it belongs to. You've seen it plenty of times before. It's the one that your mum usually uses.
Okay. Are my parents around?
You can hear movement in the kitchen.
Okay. Is it open or is it closed?
Door's open. You can see your mum and dad in there.
No, I mean, is the suitcase open?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, the suitcase is closed.
Suitcase is closed. Okay. Is there anything around the suitcase, or is it just literally just the suitcase there? Because normally they sort of like put it away.
It's just the suitcase.
Okay. I mean, I wonder. I don't know. I don't know if I don't know if Alex is feeling like suspicious enough to want to inspect a suitcase.
Well, I mean, it's not one that it's not like a great surprise. It's not like you think there's somebody has come to stay.
Bunch of children in it.
It's just it's the only thing is it's not normally there.
Okay. I guess I go down and I reach to grab it.
Okay.
And I pick it up and then I take it to the kitchen because I imagine like mum and dad have left it there. So I go into the kitchen with the suitcase and I'm like, Mum, you left this in the hallway.
Oh, Alex, darling. Yeah, could you just pop that back? Just leave that there and come back in. I need to talk to you about something.
I mean, it was at the bottom of the stairs. I could have fallen over it. Like,
yeah, just pop it by the door, please. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Sure. Okay. Cool. I go like chuck it down by the door.
Okay. Are you going back to the kitchen?
Sure. Yeah. No, I turn around and go back to the kitchen.
Okay. So when you get there, when you went in, Dad was faffing by the counters and Mum was stood up as well. And by the time you get back, they're both sat down at the table. Your dad sat kind of at the head, and your mum sat to one side, and you would normally sit the other side opposite her.
What's the silence like? Bearing in mind I'm intuitive.
Roll brains for me.
Roll brains. Okay, brains is a D12. Ugh, that's a bloody 2.
Take an adversity token.
Gosh darn it. Okay, that's me back up to 9 adversity tokens.
You notice that your dad has made pancakes for breakfast, and you're super excited about it because pancakes are your favourite. Mm-hmm. So you sit down, you barely notice your mum and dad, and start eating the pancakes.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. These are great. Thanks, Dad.
Your mum looks at you and she says, "Darling."
Hey. Yeah. What's up, Mum?
I've got some news. This hasn't come at the best time. I know, we're still fairly new here. But I'm going to have to go away for a couple of weeks.
What? Why?
Yes, It's not ideal, I know, but it's work.
Yeah, but you guys are hardly here anyway. Like,
look, head office have asked me to head up a new account in Bucharest.
Bucharest?
So, yes, so I'm heading over to their offices this afternoon.
Where even is Bucharest? What the hell?
It's still in Europe. Don't worry, I'm not going to the moon, Alex.
Might as well be.
As far as I can see, it's going to be for no longer than 2 weeks.
I grab another spoonful of pancakes and shove it in my mouth. And I'm like, all right then, that's fine, I guess.
Your mum looks at your dad and then looks back at you and she says, look, I know this can't be easy for you. And I know, this isn't what I really want to do, but it's something that I have to do. It's my job, Alex. You do understand that, don't you?
I just don't get it. You guys, what are you doing? Like, you're bankers. Like, there's nothing that much. There's not that much that must be that important. Like, I don't get it.
Darling, it's an international industry. We have offices all over the world.
If it is an international industry, then why are we here in this little town?
Because some of our work needs to be done in this little town.
All right. Okay. What about Dad? Is Dad staying?
Yes, your father will be here. He'll be here to look after you.
Good. Okay. All right. It'll be 2 weeks.
Should be no longer than 2 weeks.
Promise?
I'll do my best.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
All right, and we're just going to leave you there, awkwardly eating your pancakes.
They've got extra, maple syrup on them at this point. I'm comfy eating.
D.
Yeah?
You have a rather restful sleep.
For once.
It's pretty dream-free for a change.
Oh, nice.
You wake up and it's almost like this, and it's all lovely and wonderful.
Yeah, no, there's a brand new mystery afoot.
Yeah, you're in your comfort zone.
This new kid is very strange. I'm not sure if I like him, but it's something. It's something, new friendship. We'll see.
Okay, so you two eventually wake up as well. Nettles is lying on the foot of your bed, still dozing. What would you like to do?
I think I'll go downstairs, make myself a couple of eggs, do a very bad job at it. I'll probably head out.
All right, so you head on downstairs. Uncle Tommy, as always, is sat at the kitchen table reading the newspaper. He's nothing but a creature of habit.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Uncle Tommy.
Morning, Dee. Morning. Terrible thing that's been going on in the town, isn't it?
Which thing? Is this a new thing or the old thing?
You mentioned it the other day. These children disappearing. There seems to have been another one.
Another one? There's a third one?
Yes, that's right. Look, you glance over at the newspaper and you realise that another boy has gone missing. A young man by the name of Ben Stevens. He is 7 years old. And he disappeared during the early evening of yesterday.
Does it say where he disappeared from?
He was playing outside in his front garden. That was the last time he was seen.
Okay, we'll have to add that to the map. See if we can't find a pattern here. Alright.
D, we've been advised, there was something on the radio this morning about it. The police are advising that all children should not be out after dark until this problem can be rectified. So I'm asking you, you're going to need to be back by 6 o'clock.
Okay. Yeah, well, I can do that.
Marvellous. very good. And please don't get yourself into trouble. I know you said you were going to look into this, but I think this is serious. I don't think this is something that you should be bothering yourself with. Let the police do their job.
You know, Uncle Tommy, you're right. I'll just busy myself with my junkyard work and pay this no mind. Okay, just for you.
Okay, well, I am pleased that you found yourself a job, and obviously, you know, once cricket season starts back up again, you can do that as well.
Yeah. You know what? A lot of things to say about cricket. I still don't really understand what I'm doing, but I'm having a good time with it.
Marvelous, jolly good.
Yeah. So they're just gonna grab themselves an egg and then go collect this Alex kid to start investigating this mystery.
Okay, do you know where Alex lives?
Dun, dun, dun.
I know the area. I don't know the specific house.
Okay, all right then. So where are you headed?
Well, I mean, I guess I'm heading towards the junkyard anyways, one way or the other.
Yeah, okay. So you head on up towards the junkyard. Alex, what are you doing in the...
I'd say, to be honest, I'm already there at the junkyard.
So you've gone straight to the last post?
Yeah, I mean, after this morning's news, I'm not feeling particularly brilliant. So I'm probably just sitting at the junkyard throwing rocks at stuff.
That's like a 5-minute walk for you.
Yeah, it's really lucky. It's very convenient.
All right then. So are you going into the last post, or are you just...
I'm not in the last
junkyard?
post, no, I'm in the junkyard because I don't feel comfortable going in there yet. Especially with the socks.
So yeah, all right then. Well, you head on over to the junkyard. You find a pile of tyres to sit on, or, you know, something to hit something else with.
I'm specifically avoiding like the toilet with all the vom in it. Like the vomiting toilet I'm trying to avoid.
Oh,
but,
there is a swarm of flies.
Yeah, it's not pleasant.
You're probably there about no longer than about 15-20 minutes before Dee eventually shows up.
Yeah, they did a quick lap around Seaview Terrace just to see if they could spot him. Didn't take into account that he's like 5 minutes away.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Dee, make a grit roll for me, please.
This is a 15.
Okay, so while you're pedaling up and down Seaview Terrace, you don't spot Alex. You get no indication as to where he lives. You do notice several windows with curtains twitching as you drive past, though, as you cycle past.
Ugh.
Like, what kind of twitching?
Like nosy neighbours.
Oh, okay.
We used to have a guy at the top of our road back where I lived in Loughborough who was a real nasty piece of work. Like, if you went up too close to like his little cul-de-sac bit at the end of our road, he used to really like glare at you from his window and shoo you off. It was horrible.
I don't understand people like that.
I don't understand people.
It's a yard, dude.
It's NIMBYs. NIMBY people.
Alright. Yeah, in that case, yeah, D rolls up to the junkyard. Hey, look, this guy, you're already here.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I slept like a baby.
Cool. I didn't.
Oh,
I have.
Oh, did you have a prophetic dream?
I don't know. I'm not used to this. I'm not used to this at all. I had a dream about a 7-pointed star, and I remember you had a picture of that down in the bunker.
Yeah, that's the sign of the faith.
I don't remember much, but there was the what? The sign of the what?
The faith, like fairies.
Okay, sure. All right, fairies, and okay, yeah. So the fairies, and there was it span, and then I saw some. I was in darkness, and then it span, and then I saw like houses and a castle and some woods.
Did it look like a whole bunch of different types of houses and whatnot, like from different places?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, like the mural on the school.
Do I guess I've seen the mural in school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely have. Yeah, kind of. And then
Yeah. That's like the Feyland.
the what?
That's where all the fairies live.
All right. Okay. Sure. And then the star explodes.
Hmm. Well, hopefully it's just like some sort of a dream metaphor, and not a literal. Hey, all the fairies are going to explode. I don't think Aaron will like that.
Are there any fairies here at the minute? Can you see fairies? What?
Well, no, there's none here right now. I know of one that's in this town.
There's
Once
one in the
again,
town?
I don't think she wants me to rat it out until like you're fully vetted, at least.
Right.
She's
Okay.
trying to hang on the low right now.
Like, I guess they're like tiny little jumpy things, aren't they? Like the wings?
No, she just looks like a person. Like
What?
Huh? Yeah. Yeah, I would like normally, but then like what she like quote unquote really looks like is like a person, but with like brightly colored hair and weird eyes.
Right. Okay. Sure.
I think she looks cool.
Well, I mean, I guess I'm going to meet them at some point, hopefully.
Here's the thing. Blah blah blah. You already did.
What?
Yeah.
Who is it?
I can't tell you.
That's so mean.
So you just keep your eye out. Surprise fairy.
All right.
Anyways,
All right.
did you hear there's another kid missing? Went missing around late evening. Or early evening. So like around 6 o'clock ish. Much like your friend. So we got a time frame, we got a pattern.
What were they doing? Do we know where they were or what they were doing?
Yeah, they were playing out in the yard. So, the two
Right.
that we know specifically about are outside, late evening. We got acorns, so that's another nature thing.
Mm-hmm.
D, can I just ask, what did you do with the acorns that you had?
They're in my pocket, or
Okay.
not in my pocket, but in the bag right now.
I mean, based on Jimmy's reaction just now, you should probably take them out and throw them far away. But
I don't know that. It's evidence. So yeah, Dia is going to go inside to their wall and try to chart these missing kids. See if there's any like lining up or something.
can I roll brains?
Yeah, what you want to do?
I want to know if there's any sort of whether or not it's a coincidence or not that they were both playing.
Okay.
Well, it's a 1, so never mind.
Take an adversity token.
Yeah, all right, fine, why not? Stupid roll 20 with its stupid flipping dice, and
It's like a subplot.
it's so annoying. Woe is me, woe is me.
Should we? We'll start up a GoFundMe for you, Sean.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've got
Get
plenty
some
of
dice.
dice, they're just upstairs. And I'm so tired. I'm so tired all the time. But anyway, I guess I don't see any connection then. Because I'm an idiot.
D, you're going into the post to go and have a look at your map, yeah?
Mhm.
And Alex, I'm assuming you're going in with them.
Mm-hmm. I'm in anti-sock mode right now.
Okay.
Like, I've taken up a stance to prevent sock-related injuries.
Okay, alright, well,
No.
you both head into the post, the bell tinkles, and you're lucky, Sean. Toes looks up and darts in between D's legs. Does like a little figure of 8 round and round.
Hey, it's the sock guy. What's up?
He waggles his little head. and flaps his ears around.
Pat, pat, pat. Quick question. When this dog, like, breathes like that, can you actually feel anything?
No, you can't.
He
doesn't have any socky lungs or anything.
Sucky lungs.
I feel like this is, like, one of those, like, SCPs where, like, it's originally marked as safe, and then something happens, and it's like, oh wait, no, this thing's actually, like, the most dangerous.
Yeah, what does it eat? What does it eat? What does it do when no one's around? What happens if no one's looking at it? What happens if it's not observed? I don't know. I don't trust it. I don't like it. I don't like the fact that it's made from socks.
Yeah, I found it in a box.
And the sock lungs
Wasn't
things.
the box all, like, chained up? Or am I thinking of something else?
Don't think so. No, I think it was just like a box.
Yeah, it was a suitcase.
It was in a suitcase for a reason. It was in a suitcase for a reason.
Yeah, well, yeah, somebody threw it in the trash. In the trash. Okay, so yeah, I'm mapping this thing out.
You have a look. So you put a pin in Microsoft Park, which is where Jess went disappeared. The only information that you found in the newspaper regarding the disappearance of Ben Stevens was that he lived in one of the side roads of the Honeywell Gardens estate. Let's call it
Marcus Avenue.
Marcus Avenue.
Is that a real road? Or is that one we're making up at this point?
I just made it up.
Oh, okay.
We'll add it to the map at some point. I've got to redo this map anyway.
And what about the first kid?
The first kid you don't know.
Yeah.
Well, Quid, we can't establish a pattern with just two people.
Nope. No, we cannot. Unless we can, rolls for brains. Again. And gets a 7, so no.
That's a pretty good roll.
Yeah, that's a good roll.
Is it?
Yeah. 7 is a good roll.
Not for a D12.
Like, you can definitely confirm that you're going to be unable to find a pattern with just 2 missing people.
You. Is there? Can I with that roll infer what a potential next step would be to figure out if there's a pattern? Like, would it be a case of trying to figure out where that other person went missing, or something like that?
Okay, can we make any connections? Is what you're saying between Jess and Ben?
Indeed.
I've already made several connections.
Are they pieces of string on the big Pepe Sylvia crazy map?
Yeah. But, like, no, like you said, they were both outside.
Yep.
It was around 6 o'clock.
Yep.
And, they were, yeah.
They were both playing, but we cannot tell whether or not that was actually something that was just a coincidence.
I mean, they're kids, so...
Yeah, but, like...
I mean, with your role, Alex, you can also ascertain that they were both alone as well.
Oh, yeah, they were alone.
Does this mean, like, if I hadn't gone and bugged D, then... Oh, no.
Yeah, no, everybody bugging me just makes the world worse.
Oh, crap. Oh, that's heartbreaking. That's the sadness right there.
D, can you make a crit roll for me, please?
Yeah. It's a 7.
You don't know him very well, but you would say that something seems to be on Alex's mind.
All right?
Yeah, no, I'm all right. My mum's going away for 2 weeks soon, so.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, like my parents, I barely ever see them because they're always just like off doing random stuff. Like I get home and they're not there, and I see them maybe in the morning sometimes, but half the time they're already gone before I get up.
Oh yeah, no, that's a mood. My mom's in New York and my dad's in jail, so I know how it is.
Yeah, my mum's going to Bucharest, wherever the hell that is. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Oh, in like India or something.
Sounds like it's from India, but I'm pretty sure that's very wrong.
D is definitely thinking of Budapest.
Yes.
Which I don't think that's in India either.
I imagine Alex is also thinking of Budapest. Because neither of us have very good grades in geography, probably.
I
mean, it'd be fine. It'd be fine if they hadn't brought me here away from all my friends and then they're off going around the world and doing weird stuff. I don't know.
What do they do?
They're bankers.
That ain't weird.
They bank. Well, I mean, all I know is that they're involved in like actuary stuff and stocks and markets, and I don't know. It's all really complicated. Like, my mum's got loads of like files and boxes and things, and she's got this big briefcase that she keeps stuff in. They never tell me what they're working on. All I know is that it's boring.
Maybe you should go like look through all the papers and stuff, and they don't want to just like.
No, my mum said that it's like all private stuff. I'm not. Like, it's all like confidential work stuff. She'd get in major trouble if I look at it. What else am I supposed to do? Like, chill, I guess, and ignore it?
Yeah, you know what? We're working on a mystery here. Alright? Like, use that to distract you from all the terrible stuff so you don't ever have to think about it or, like, improve as a person. That's what I do.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah, I just bury myself in mysteries and then I don't have to consider things.
Okay. Okay, sure. Thank you, D.
Alright, yeah. So like let's go to the library. We can pick up info on this Black Annis. We can find out more about this third kid that went missing. And we could one by. Do you have money?
A little bit. I've got quite a bit in my wallet. I'm not saying that because I am famously stingy.
Alright, well, we might need to pick up some stuff. Like, once we know what this Black Annis is, we might need to, like, go and get some monster hunting supplies. Do you have a weapon yet?
No. I don't have a weapon.
Why not? You know that there's a monster wandering around.
I've been home. Like, I went home last night, and I've just got back here. I haven't had time to think about weaponry.
Okay, well, do you like looks around for a minute? You want like a pipe or something, or
Pipe?
you want more like a ranged fighter?
I feel like I'd be more ranged. I don't want to get anywhere near Black Annis.
Okay, well, you can borrow my slingshot. I will want that back. That's useful. Maybe we can like fashion together like a bow and arrow or something.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, like that can't be that hard, right?
No, I mean I've seen people must have done it like hundreds of years
String
ago.
and a
So
stick. Like, come on.
yeah, we're smart. We can do this. Sure.
Yeah.
I feel a montage coming on.
Dun, dun, dun.
Just like every other one of these, like mechanical projects, it would literally snap in half immediately.
It will start off with good intentions, but just turn into like just a really big heavy stick.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just like a pile of bits of nothing lying around. Dee still has a dismantled toaster over in the corner, just waiting to be turned into a fire bat.
I guess, yeah, we try making this bow and it falls to bits, and then I go, okay, can I borrow the slingshot?
Yeah, no, that was the plan. Let's go.
Thank you.
Yeah, Dee hands over the slingshot. And like,
Cool.
the remainder of the mulberries that weren't lost. Don't lose those. Put them in
Okay.
your pocket.
D, how many ball bearings did you have originally?
We just had like, a handful.
A handful. Okay, so I'm gonna say. Oh, you're lucky.
Am I?
Alex, you've got 20 ball bearings.
Yeah, I do.
I just got a natural 20.
20 balls.
If you need more, just like bust apart like one of like the wheels on one of these cars. Just kind of like pry him out of there.
You could still want to toes his socks and just fill that with a ball full of ball bearings. Fling it around.
Yeah, no, those just kind of like, you could just take parts of them.
Can I take... Okay. I reach down and pull a piece of toes out.
He makes an inaudible yelp sound and goes scurrying off into the corner and is currently quivering.
Thank you, Toes.
But you do have a sock.
Is this his lung?
It might be.
Thank you, Toes. I will give you this back later. Is that okay?
He's just shivering in the corner.
Cool, alright.
What do you do?
I took a bit of
socks
Toes.
off him before. Did you grab the wrong one?
I think I might have grabbed his lung.
Why would you do that? What's the matter with you?
I'm not an expert in sock anatomy. I don't know.
My freaking God.
We don't do this in biology.
You know what? Shame on you.
What?
Let's go.
Okay, alright, fine, sure.
Okay, so are you heading out?
Yeah, we're going to the library. We're doing some fun and learning.
Dee, before you leave the junkyard, just make a brains roll for me.
Oh, I should check for packages, shouldn't I? It's a 1.
Okay, yep, you carry on and you head off into town.
Yeah.
Are you going to the library?
Yeah.
Okay, so you go cycling off. It's still morning. I mean, you were up fairly early.
The montage scene took quite some time, but like it's still morning.
All right, I'm going to say by the time you get to the library, it's about 11:30. As you've cycled through town, you're definitely aware of slightly more police presence about. I mean, it's not like they're patrolling the streets, but there's definitely more community bobbies on the beat.
Twirling their clubs and whistling. Neat. I hate that. How many cops does freaking town need?
As many as it needs.
Apparently not enough.
Jimmy, did you just roll for cops?
No.
I heard a dice roll. Did you?
Oh, yeah, that was me.
Oh,
sorry.
I thought you rolled for cops there. I was like, I rolled natural 20. There are 20 cops.
You've gotten to the library.
Mm-hmm.
You walk in. There's a few people reading newspapers, searching for books. Carl the librarian is at his counter, stamping books for people.
Let's see. Dee is going to direct Alex over to the myths and fairy tales section, and Dee's going to go look in the newspapers.
Okay. What, are you looking for anything in particular?
I'm looking for news on that original kid.
Make a brains roll for me.
Oh. That's a 3. I do have 7 adversity tokens. 8 adversity tokens, because I got one from being dumb.
It's not difficult for you to find the stories pertaining to these disappearances. However, the story involving Ellis is more of an addition to the other disappearances. Like, Jess was an important figure's daughter. Ben was the third to disappear, so the police have kind of realised, or the community at large have realised, that there's a pattern going on here. Ellis was the first to go, so he's tagged on into these other stories saying, you know, this kid has disappeared as well. So there's no real huge amount of info.
That's miserable.
Nobody seems to know where he was when he disappeared.
Well, crap.
Alex, you're over at the myth section.
I am.
What are you looking for?
Black Anise.
Black Anise. What sort of book do you want to look in?
Oh God. I imagine one of the older, more fancy-looking books, like one of the tombs of knowledge that this place must have in the myths and legends section, rather than one of the sort of more wordy, pitchy children's books.
Can you make a brains roll for me, please?
Yes, I can. No, I can't.
Do you need help? I have adversity tokens out the butt.
I'm going to use... No, I've got adversity tokens out the butt as well, so I'm going to use some of my butt tokens to solve this riddle. I'm going to spend 4 adversity tokens to make that an 8. Is that okay?
That will be fine for this one. So you find a rather weighty looking tome. You take it out, you place it on the table, and you begin to skim through. And you come across a few little tidbits of information.
Okay.
So this is quite an old book. You learn about the different names for Black Anis,
Right.
which are Black Agnes and Black Anna. You learn that she is often depicted as an old woman wearing a tattered cloak, and you also know that she has claws made from iron.
Yikes.
It's pretty rad.
You come across various kind of like sort of hearsay tales of the exploits of Black Anis. And although they all differ slightly, one of the key things that comes out of it is that she takes children,
Yep.
she eats them,
Oh.
and she tans their skin, which she then wears as a belt.
Uh-oh. Right. This is making my stomach sink with every passing sentence. I close the book and run across the library to find D, and I find D.
So judging by that one, you got nothing but good news, huh?
We need to find these kids, and we need to find them quick.
Okay.
She's gonna eat them.
Okay. Yeah.
Why are you not panicking?
It's a monster. I mean, come on.
What?
I mean, what else is it going to do with a bunch of kids that it just kidnapped, huh?
I don't know. Have a tea pie with them. I don't know.
Why would you? Why are you going to dignify that with a response?
Okay. What do we do?
Okay. Well, did you discover any weaknesses?
No.
Did you?
I didn't realize that was what I was supposed to be looking for.
Did you maybe perhaps figure out where it lives?
No.
Okay, what did you find out aside from it eats kids? Oop.
She turns their skins into belts.
Okay, how does that help us?
I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm new to this researching monsters thing. Come with me, and show me how to do it.
D goes over and he's gonna grab the bigger, more intimidating book.
Hang on a second. I chose the big book. What the hell?
I thought you said that you chose a picture book.
No, I chose the opposite of a picture book.
Oh, okay. I misheard that.
Do you find a picture book that has the answer in it?
You know what? Yeah, I'll find that. Do you sees the book that you got and picks the opposite? So yeah, Dee's gonna look in the opposite of the big, heavy, scary book.
Okay, make a brains roll.
It's a 4. I also have a ton of adversity tokens I can use if I need them.
If you want to spend some adversity tokens,
Yeah, okay. I'll drop in. You know what? I've been sitting on these for ages. Screw it. I'll drop in 4 of them.
okay, that will do it. So you pick up a rather ragged copy of the Fortean Times. Would Dee know what this is?
No.
Probably not. Okay. So the Fortean Times is a publication that investigates the unusual and the strange and the bizarre. You know, it's a fairly well-known periodical, and you begin to thumb through it. And although you don't find anything in this particular copy, there is a sort of advert on the back page talking about some of the things that they've spoken about in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And one of those things is it's just entitled Mythic Monsters of the UK.
Okay.
It looks like it's dated January 1971.
Yeah, Dee's gonna go check the backlog for that then.
Okay, where are you going to go and do that?
I'm assuming that this, much like, I don't know about your libraries, but our libraries have a bunch of filing cabinets with like a ton of old backlogs of like magazines and whatnot.
Yeah, okay then, I'll let you go for it. You roam around for a little bit and eventually you find a series of filing cabinets. You can see that the periodicals are all organised by subject and by name, and you come across a backlog of the 14 Times. It is a monthly publication, so, there aren't huge amounts. It's fairly easy for you to find it.
Rad.
So you open it up to the article and you begin to browse through. Like, this is a little bit of just side information, but the Fortune Times would often, perhaps include sort of theories and ideas that were a little bit out there, as opposed to the more traditional stories and theories about the supernatural, the preternatural, the otherworldly.
Chemtrails and stuff.
Yeah, all sorts of stuff. So you go through it, and there's all the things that Alex found out about Black Anis in his big weighty tome, but a couple of more controversial theories. So one of those theories is that Black Anis is in fact the mother goddess in her crone form. There's a very brief outline explaining to you that the goddess appears in 3 forms: the crone, the maiden, and the
mother.
Is it the mother?
Yes.
Yeah. There's also a theory that Anis's essence, as it were, is tied to the forest, which links in with information that you've both discovered in both of your books, in so much that Black Anis, her dwellings usually tend to be, in the stories, in the woods. There's some debate regarding where specifically she lives. Some stories claim that she digs caves with her iron claws into the rock. Some stories have said that she lives in the hollow of a tree. And Dee, you find one little tidbit that Alex didn't, that suggests that she lives in an old wooden cabin that actually just moves around from place to place. The theory goes on to suggest that all the stories are actually the same story, and that this Black Anis figure moves around to different woods and forests.
This forest thing has Dee intrigued because they pull out the acorns and set them on the table.
Okay, were they in your pocket?
Well, they were in my bag.
Okay, so you go to put your hand in the in your bag to pull out the acorns. When you put your hand in, all you feel is dust.
Like as in, there's nothing in my bag, or the pocket where I had those is dust.
For all intents and purposes, it looks like these acorns have just crumbled into dust.
Dee pulls out a handful of the dust.
Yep, okay.
What is that?
It's the acorns.
Well, clearly it isn't.
It was. But...
What?
Huh. Okay, so that was some magic stuff.
Whereabouts is like the nearest like oak trees and stuff? Is there like part of the town where loads of oak trees grow? Or...
Yeah, there you go. We're on the same level. I was just about to ask the same thing. Where are what kind of concentration of oak trees have we seen?
Is there a ordnance survey map or something?
Alex, possibly not. Dee, I think you've probably been living in Marsh Haven for long enough to know that the biggest concentration of trees is Wyndham Woods.
Okay.
I don't know how much you know. Dee, I would hazard a guess that you've probably explored it before. You may have gone for a walk there with Uncle Tommy. It isn't exactly the New Forest, but it's large enough to attract ramblers and, families and that sort of thing for walks.
It's a nice place to go for a walk.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a long walkway through it and a very sort of naturally walked path. You do know, Uncle Tommy did tell you that it was the original kind of way in and way out of Marsh Haven back in the day. And goods are often transported through the woods into Marsh Haven.
All right. So, we have got ourselves a lead. Now, unfortunately, that didn't really give us anything in terms of, how do you bleed a Black Anis?
I'm not going to the woods without some sort of plan to take it down.
Well, I'm open to some suggestions. Let's see. Previously, since we were dealing with wizards, most of our stuff had to do with thwarting the wizard, of course. I don't think that this is the case with this random hag.
Can't you go talk to the fairy or something? Won't they know what to do?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I can. She hasn't been, super talkative about stuff, has she?
Yeah, but I mean, there are kids going missing.
Oh, yeah, no, that was a question for, Jimmy.
Okay.
So Erin hasn't been ignoring you. She has totally thrown herself into teaching. She's really been enjoying that.
Yeah.
She hasn't been ignoring you, but she's just been keeping herself very, very busy. You haven't necessarily gone out of your way to talk to her, and she hasn't gone out of her way to talk to you.
Okay. Yeah, alright, fine. Since the angels aren't in town, we could talk to Erin.
I tell you what, both of you make brains rolls for me.
See, Erin lives in the town hall, right?
Oh,
wait.
Roll 20 was kind to me.
That's right. I don't use the D4 anymore. I use the D6. That's a 4.
I got a 9.
Okay, D, take an adversity token. Alex, it occurs to you that it might be worth just trying to find out more information about the woods themselves.
Okay. To the forestry area of the library.
What?
Or the map bit. Or the history bit. There's lots of different options here to tackle the history of Wyndham Woods.
Yeah, there really is.
Yeah, and it's just a case of I've got to choose one, isn't it?
Alright, so, you look into that. I'm gonna go bug Alan. I mean, the fairy.
Who?
Don't worry about it. Ignore what I just said. I'll go talk to them, and when we're done, we'll meet up over at Tim's. That way we can get you, supplied up.
Over at where?
Tim's DIY?
Oh, yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, you're right.
Alex, I'm going to leave you for a minute. If you want to have a little think about the types of questions, the types of places you want to go to do this research. D, you know that a new exhibition area was built for the Marsh mummy and the other exhibits in the Civic Hall. And that was all built over in the Phoenix Plaza.
Mm-hmm.
It opened to much acclaim. And Erin still acts as the curator of the exhibition, and you know that part of the deal was that she resides in a small flat above the exhibition.
Yeah, don't want to go over there, but I will. So, D heads on over to the Phoenix Plaza.
Okay, so now we talked about the Phoenix Plaza in episode 0, so you enter from the west side, so sort of somewhere here. You can see that on the map.
Yeah.
It's really unusual in so much that, you've got this kind of tired little country town, and then you've got this very new, quite shiny, a little bit space age shopping complex. There's a large square. There's the pyramid of the cinema, which obviously you don't spend a lot of time at anymore since being banned.
It's, I was framed.
The shops themselves are split up into units, and it's a multi-level affair. So you've got some shops along the ground floor, and then there's a walkway up, a spiral walkway, no steps at all. And you've got another line of shops, and then a further walkway that takes you up to the top level. Now, the exhibition space is on the central set of units with the flat on the top level. I mean, you know where it is. You've been for a wander around it in your little sojourn, so you can head on over there.
Yeah.
Or are you going to get distracted by other things you want to shop?
I mean, D doesn't have that much money right now, so they're just gonna cruise on up there. hunt down Erin.
Yep, so you head on over to her little flat. There's a little door between a couple of other buildings, and you can see the name under the bell. It just says Schiller.
Ring, 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 ring.
And you can hear a noise back there. And a rattle of keys.
Well, you took your time, didn't you?
What was that supposed to mean?
Well, I've not seen hide nor hair of you, other than at school. What trouble have you got yourself into this time?
I'm assuming that you heard about all them kids going missing.
Come on, in you come.
Yeah, he goes in.
So what do you want this time? What worlds are you going to destroy now?
Don't blame me. Look, alright, I just need to know if you know anything about something called the Black Anise.
Make a grit roll for me.
She's gonna slap me in the mouth. That'll be a 16.
You see Erin go a deathly shade of white, and she says,
Black Anise? What are you going around invoking that name for?
Because that's the thing that's been kidnapping all these children. I saw it in a dream.
In a dream?
Yeah.
Oh, dear Lord. We could have ourselves a problem then.
Okay, well, I solved problems, so I guess problem solved.
So, you've been... Tell me about these dreams. You saw Black Anise. Blue lady, bit like a smurf.
Yeah. Black eyes, wearing a cloak. I think I was in a basement.
I see. Well, I've not heard much of her for, well, many years. She was kept under lock and key back in the realm. It doesn't make sense. She can't be here. Unless...
Erin sort of begins to start muttering to herself, and she's staring off into the distance, and she's like,
there's been no... I can't... I've tried looking into this.
And then she just continues to mutter and ignores you.
Hey, moves in front of her and, snaps her fingers. Hey, stay with me here. How do I stop her?
This is going to take some thinking about. We can't just go charging in there willy-nilly. No feather's gonna help us out here.
Okay, well, she eats kids, so, we can't just sit here just thinking all day. We need action.
Well, if my memory serves me correctly, she's not going to be eating anyone just yet.
Hey, see, now that's good information. That wasn't in any of the books.
10 children.
10? We only had 3.
She takes 10 children and lets them waste away and then eats them over the course of 10 more days.
Oh, jeez. Oh, fun. Super fun. I like that. Great. Well, bonus points. That means we got time.
You know what she does with them after she's eaten their insides?
Yeah, apparently she turns them into a belt.
Yeah, that's right. She tans their hide, she hangs them up on trees and lets them dry and then sticks them into her belt.
Yeah, that's super messed up. How much of a belt do you need? Look, okay. So, we have a general idea of when she's snatching people up. We have a general idea of where she's at. We don't have a full understanding of A, what her abilities are, and B, how to maybe at the very least stop her from just like snatching us up, and see, we need to know how that like actually hurt her. Like, if I go and smack her in the face with a bat, is that going to do anything, or is it just kind of like futile?
Look, just stop right there. First of all, don't do anything rash. Do not go charging off. Do not go headlong into a fight. Anise is extremely dangerous. We need to prepare. I need to go and consult my books.
Okay. Alright, yeah, that's why I came here, to confer with you before we went running off into the woods.
Don't go into the woods.
Okay. Well?
Are you still using that junkyard?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah.
I'll meet you there in a couple of hours.
Alright, yeah, deal.
Fine. Right, go and clear off.
Alright, yeah, Dee's gonna take off.
Alex,
Hey,
what are you planning on doing?
I have 4 questions.
4 questions.
And you will give me answers to these questions. I'm going to play good cop, bad cop with you. At the same time. I'm going to place a nice cup of coffee in front of you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm going to smack it away.
You realise you're in a library and you've just spilt it all over books.
Yeah, of course. And I sort of like quickly picked it up and put it away. I've left these sodden books in the bookshelves. So, question 1 is, if I could read my own handwriting, what is the geology like in the area? I'm looking at ordnance survey maps and things, I guess, for this one.
Are you looking specifically in the forest itself?
Yeah, around the forest. I'm looking at sort of like, is there like caves, or is there like certain patches of like I imagine there's the rock in the UK. It tends to be quite like stratified and stuff like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I imagine there's areas where the ground is more soft and less like hard granite and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah,
so
we live in Marsh then.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the bits that are gooey. I want to find the gooeyest locations, essentially.
Okay.
In the forest.
What, in the forest?
Yes. So
okay,
I'm going to mark that. There's method to my badness here. I'm not going crazy. So
okay,
I've marked those on the map, the gooeyest locations, like the
all
ones
right.
with holes and caves and all that kind of thing. If there are any sort of like areas where there's like clearly muddy bits, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Question 2: where are the public footpaths?
I mean, it's quite easy to find a Rambler's Guide
Mm-hmm.
with a trail map on it.
Okay.
How it works is that the woods themselves have one large main trail.
Mm-hmm.
There are a few kind of off the beaten track type roads, but or pathways, but nothing huge, nothing major.
Okay.
One interesting thing that you do find is it's a small section just to the side of the map, which tells you that the vast majority of the woods and foliage is no older than about 300 or 400 years old.
Mm-hmm.
That said, the more inhospitable parts of the wood, like right at the very heart, the original woods itself, the trees are rumoured to be at least 1,000 years old.
Jeez. Okay. So, all right. So I pull out a highlighter which probably has some sort of carcinogens in it at this point, and I'm gonna highlight the footpaths and like highlight a little bit of like area around the footpaths. My logic being that she wouldn't set up her den near a footpath.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, so then the next one is I'm going to look at the tree populations. So I'm going to get surveys of the flora and fauna of the wood.
Okay.
And look at where the highest populations of oaks are in the wood. And then I'm going to look at where the oaks are done, and I'm going to circle those as well.
Okay.
And then then at that point, I can then triangulate where I think the most potential Annecy locations would be, because I'm looking for a place which has a lot of oaks, a place which has sort of squishy ground which could potentially be cavey, and then a place that's away from the footpaths. There might be several, but it feels like that would be a way of sort of like condensing the search down rather than having to search the whole map.
Okay, no problem. So you deface the library's map.
Oh,
and
yeah. I forget that this is the library's map. It's fine. I've already poured coffee over a bunch of books. It's fine.
What you can determine is the outer area of the forest where most of the pathways are. It's an assortment of trees made up of beech, made up of
A little bit of ash, maybe?
ash,
Oof.
horse chestnut,
Yeah.
and oak as well.
Okay.
In the central area, the heart of the forest,
Yeah.
where there are no paths at all,
Mm-hmm.
there doesn't appear to be any sort of real easily accessible way into the kind of real middle part of it. You can see the majority of it is oak.
Okay. Is there any particularly squishy ground there?
That you don't know.
Okay. So at this point, I can't tell whether or not she'll be in a cave or in a house. We'll see. Okay. So I guess from my deductions there, chances are she's in the centre of the forest. That's pretty easy. That's quite simple. I didn't need to ask all those questions at the end, did I? The other one was, have there been any major historical events that have occurred within the forest that included crones and or witches?
Can you tell me where you're looking for this information?
So I imagine that I'm not looking in like newspapers and stuff because they're too modern. I'd probably be looking in like medieval history or like. I mean, I guess because this forest has only been around for 200 years, yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's the vast majority of it is
majority.
kind of it's going to be kind of 200 years as a wood as we know it.
Okay.
But kind of 300 years it's been kind of growing.
Okay. So I'm looking in like that sort of 200-year ballpark. So I'm looking for probably like, oh god, what century would it be? Like
Kind of 1700s.
17th century books on Marsh Haven.
Okay. So what do you find? Let's have a quick
See if there's
decision
anything
on that one.
history-wise.
All right, so you come across a couple of pointers, which I'm going to make up very quickly right now. The first thing you find is a very brief legend of Bobby Chasewater. Bobby Chasewater was a notorious highwayman.
God, that's a name.
I know.
Are you proud of that name?
Yeah, who would often rob carriages that would be going through the woods. He was seen as something of a Robin Hood character, but actually he was a bit of a nefarious bastard. You also find some information regarding something that was known as the Beach Beast. It was suspected to be a very large cat that stalked through the woods.
The Beach Beast?
The Beach Beast.
Like beach,
yes.
as in like the beach ocean.
No, as in the beech tree.
Oh, okay, that makes a lot more sense. I was like, that seems like a really badly placed like name.
The thing that really catches your eye is a report regarding the witch hunts that went on in the 17th century. You noticed that there were reports of children going missing.
Okay.
In Marsh Haven, circa 1672. There were several women of an assortment of ages who were tried and who were executed as witches, although they never found the children, and little evidence was ever found that these women were actually guilty of kidnapping children.
Was there a sale on for particularly nice belts at the time?
No.
Okay, that's fine. I make light of situations when I'm terrified. Okay, cool. All right. I guess I'm going to go to the hardware store.
Yeah.
So we're going to finish there, and we will go and head on over to Tim's DIY and meet Nana Casper for the first time in season 2. You ready for that, Eve?
We'll see. Dee's still not sure about her.
How was that, guys? Was that all right?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I think we're fairly well set up.
Sean, you got anything you'd like to plug?
Yeah, so Omen Season 2's out now. You can go listen to Omen Season 2. We've started, as we mean to go along, with amphetamines and koala being
As
koala.
all the best TTRPGs begin.
Yes. It is beginning with a grand campaign where Koala Jackson and his 4 friends, Florida men friends, Kaiser Permanente, Aloysius Pumpernickel, Phil Collins Ramirez, and Irving Sellers, and they are going to go on a drug-filled journey around Disney World, and they're going to try and find the frozen head of Walt Disney.
Amazing. I love it.
That's happening right now as we speak. Episode 2 should be out around about the same time this episode comes out of Brits on Bikes, so check it out. It's going to be weird.
And Eve, you got anything to plug?
Not right now.
No?
No.
And where can folks find you?
At Copper Harpy.
And at Oxy Oxspring.
Lovely. And obviously I am at Jimmy_Sprinkles. That's 2 S's on the end. I haven't got too much to plug either. Just keep listening to the show. Come and check us out on What's Your Role as well, which is a podcast I host for the Roll to Play Network, where we interview actual play characters and find out a little bit more about them.
Oh, also Spider Day's coming soon.
Yeah.
Oh, of course, and Spider Day, which we're all very excited about. I think I've been roped into running a one-shot.
Are you one-shotting? I'm also one-shotting.
I am one-shotting, and I'm also playing in your one. So
are you?
I'm thinking about going a little bit horror with mine. So it will be a Marsh Haven story, but it will be perhaps a little bit more creepy.
Cool. Awesome.
More creepy than old ladies eating children. I don't know. I'm also going to give a quick shout out to our Patreon as well, because we don't give that enough love. And I've spent the last couple of weeks thinking about all sorts of Patreon exclusive stuff that I want to do. We've got a few bits in the pipeline. We've got outtakes coming very, very soon. I'm also going to be running a one-shot, which will be available there. That will be a Call of Cthulhu. Lots and lots of exciting things coming up in Patreon, so you can get access to all this stuff, plus all the content we've already done, for just $2 a month, which I think is an absolute bargain. Anyway, we're going to wrap things up there. So from Sean, it's...
Oh god, I need to come up with a word. Give me a second. Atsisvenkina.
And from Eve, it's...
Goodbye.
And from me, Jimmy Sprinkles, saying, keep on biking. Bye-bye.
Bye. Goodbye.
Brits on Bikes is steered by the Kids on Bikes RPG by Doug Lewandowski and Jonathan Gilmore. For more information on the game, visit renegadegamestudios.com. Brits on Bikes featured Eve Smith as Dee, Sean Oxspring as Alex, and Jimmy Sprinkles as the GM. To keep up with all the latest BOB news, you can follow us on Twitter at Brits_Bikes. To unlock exclusive BOB content, you can subscribe to our Patreon at patreon.com/BritsOnBikes. Help us share Alex and Dee's adventures by reviewing us on iTunes, Podchaser, or anywhere you get your podcasts. And remember, keep on biking.
Come on down to the Nine Hells, ran by your favorite blood-boiling demon sorcerer, Sabuk Shimuko, where we've got deals on your favorite cocktails, the Sabuk Sangre, Eshes Ashes, and everybody's one and only favorite, the Anasedative.
So it's a rash that won't go away? Yeah, no, I think I have something for that. 1 second here. Hey, I'm Anisette, and welcome to From Ash to Cash, where we carry elixirs, potions, and all your alchemical needs. What are you looking for today?
Hey, I'm Mona. Thanks for stopping by. I gotta get back to training the girls. We're working on unarmed strikes today. But come back later this week for the grand opening of the Nine Bells Brothel Dojo. May Lister bless your seed.
Follow their adventures through Malak, the city of sails, on this Pathfinder playtest podcast that we call Weal or Woe. 2 fresh new verses dropping every Thursday afternoon.